Okay, ladies and gentlemen, Mabola here. I have taken time to look at the courses that you have created. Allow me to use the word courses, where courses shall mean courses and subjects. Okay, so I've taken time to look at what you have created, and I thought if I was to take time to give a review on individual basis, it was going to demand a ton of hours. So I thought I could just create this video so that it encompasses quite a lot of uh, uh, things that we might try to improve on our courses. Okay. Let me start off by opening a blank course that I created. And also let me open this other one. It will be running in the background. I'll come back to it. Okay, fine. Here is a blank course. What I found out were a bit of some few misconceptions which I want to correct. Take note, ladies and gentlemen, that this one is a topic, and this one is another topic under this subject or course. Now, what I discovered in some of the courses was a situation where, let me bring out this. Let me first of all turn on the editing. I'll turn on the editing. And what I found out in some courses was like this. You could recall that there's a video that was talking about how to lay out a topic. Now, what I found out that people could have misunderstood it. Here, what they were doing is that they'll get this word outcomes and put it there individually. And then the next one, instead of being topic number 2, they'll get this one maybe to be rationale or introduction. Let me skip rationale. Okay. They put introduction there. And then they come and get this one. And then this one becomes content. And then this one becomes assessment. Let's make a correction on this one, that this should not be laid out like this. All these which I have listed here, all these things must fall under one topic. One topic. They must fall under one topic, not the way it is done. So therefore, let's begin to, let me demonstrate a bit of how I do things. Now, please, I'm going to explain my experiences in how I do things. We will vary. People have their own way of presenting lessons, will not all be the same. But I'll share based on my experience. I could have mentioned in one of the videos that I have been tutoring on Moodle from 2014. That is 7 years of tutoring on Moodle. So from my years of experience, and in fact, within that 7 years, I have actually trained some colleges, both public and private, in the use of Moodle. And then I was also one of the grandmasters in training of Moodle under the CFIT project. So basically, from my years of experience, I'll try to explain how I go about laying out my lessons, my topics, my courses, and all. Okay, so First correction is that this place is a misconception. All these things must fall under a topic. So how do we go about that? Okay, I'll go to where I've already created something, this one here. In this here, of course, I start with the course description. This is a topic on in the concepts of computer programming in C++. So I'll start with the course description. Now, where do I put the course description like this one? Okay, I think I'll be using some content here and then populate it in the empty one. So my course description, I'll come back to this one. And okay, let me rename these things. These things were like topic. Let me just pause the video and then I'll continue after. Okay, now I have renamed these topics the way they were before. Okay, fine. Where do I put the course description? The course description, I put it slightly just above announcements right here. Now, I want you to see that there's a line, a faint line down here. So this whole is a block. This one is a block. And this block has the tools, the buttons where you can edit, you can add some activity and. So in this block, I can edit the name of this block, the title for this block, and all that I need to do there. So I'll use this one on top to edit and even write the word course description. Okay. I come to this and then I click there and then I have this. Okay, so the course description, I'll populate it here. Let me get the course description here from this other course and then I populate it here. Then what about the name course description? It must be typed where it says general. Now, if you check the behavior of the cursor, it's telling me that I can't do it. I can't edit anything there. So to edit there, I must enable top. And then now I have that thing, course description. And then I go down, I click save changes. So now you can see my course description has been populated here. Okay, if I have other few things to add down here, I can add them. No problem, I can add them. Okay, fine. Then now I come to topic number 1. Mostly I don't like naming them as topic. I would rather call them lesson because a topic can span over even a week. But I want that I teach a lesson which in an hour or 30 or 40, 1 hour, somebody must be done. So if you check back in this course, you'll see that instead of naming them as topics, I rename them and I rename them as lessons. And then my lesson number 1 is on installing CodeBlock. CodeBlock is a program that is used for typing the programs in C++. So somebody must first of all learn how to install that and also just how to get started. Okay, so then instructions are in this video. So now, you maybe even before we get to the topic, I just want us to just appreciate some few things here and there. There is the outcomes. These are just general outcomes for the course. General outcomes for the course. So how do I share the general outcomes for the course? But before I share the general outcomes for the course, I want you to take note of the language that I'm using here. At the end of the course, I didn't say students or pupils, but you. Okay, I'll give an example why I use you. I'm sure for those who are lecturing and have done a training in module writing, they understand why we use such words. Okay, say for instance, you are in receipt of an invitation letter for a wedding or some card, and then the head teacher pins it, or the principal pins it on the board and say, members of staff, you are invited to, I invite you to a wedding, blah, blah, blah. And then or you receive an invitation card, a personal invitation card. It says, Mr. So, you are invited to my wedding. I'm sure you treat the two messages very differently. The one which is on notice board is general, and then anyway, it's one of those things. So you might not really put much mind into it. But if you receive a card and it's addressing you, Mr. So, Miss So, you are I'm inviting you to my wedding. Now, that installs in you a certain level of responsibility. Say, okay, I've been invited, I've been given a card. Okay, let me take action. If it's contribution, let me contribute, and you begin to prepare towards that wedding. So similarly, when you are writing some text, you are addressing some your learners on a learning management system. Never use general words like student shall, student will. No. You have to appeal to somebody's conscious. You really appeal direct to that particular person. At the end of the lesson, so that the person will feel, even as the learner is reading, will feel like this you are talking. You are the learner will even hear your voice like talking. Okay, so at the end of the course, and then you give those. Now, how do I populate such things? Okay, I'll copy this and then take it into the blank one. So, of course, here I have topic one, so I will convert it to my outcome. So here I'll say outcomes, and then enter. Then how do I add these? I go right at the end to edit. I edit the topic, and it provides me this. You can see there's word outcome there, and it provides me a space where to write outcomes. Then I can populate them there, and then save down here. Okay, so I have my outcomes here, and then after that, let me check what else did I provide. The next one I provided resources, or this is supposed to be resources, not courses. Resources. Okay, fine. How do I provide all these resources? Of course, here I have provided course outline, and then my lecture notes, and then I've also tried to link or provide a website where they can find some reading on C++. And this website is 3W Schools. And then another website is called Programs. So how do I go about sharing such resources? These are like my, these here are like my prescribed reading. And this is my lecture notes. And of course here, then they'll find the whole course outline. So now how do I go about sharing this? I'm taking time to do all this because I've seen a lot of mistakes. So I'm trying to make sure that we could begin to shape up our courses better. So now, okay, I come back here. This one, instead of being a topic, I will rename it to resources. Resources, okay. And then And then after that, I can click on add an activity or resource. So I click there. And then since I'm sharing files, I come to resources and I share a file. Kindly note that I advised that a file that you share should only be PDF. Don't share Word, because most of your learners will be using cell phones. And therefore, it will mean that they have to install some software, and some of them are really basic at using these computers or phones. So if you ask them, can you go to Play Store and install this, they will just be lost. They will not just benefit. So to really help everyone, to be inclusive in your approach, to better use PDF, because PDF can even be opened by Chrome or even Edge. Most of the websites nowadays can open PDF. So then you double click or click. Okay, it opens here. So here I must give the name of that particular stuff I'm giving. If it's a course course outline, I type course outline. Course outline. Okay. Then down don't use this part here, but use this last one where there's an arrow. Where there's an arrow here, you can, there are two ways to upload, but the easiest, the fastest is just drag and drop. So first of all, you open, I want you to first of all take note. I want you to take note that I'm using Edge. I'm using Edge here. Down here, this one, that is the icon for Edge. Now, I go to the folder where there are those things I need to share. Course outline. Where is course outline here? Okay, course outline is there. So I click and hold and go down to where the icon for the website I'm using is. So the moment I hover on top of it, please, I've not left it. I'm still holding it. The moment I hover on it, the website pops out. And then I head to the location where I must drop it. Now I've dropped it. Okay. I'm still waiting for it to finish what it is doing. Okay, it has finished. Now that it has finished, I can then go down to save and return to course. Okay, so I've just shared my first course there, my course outline. Then how do I share my lecture notes? It's the same procedure. You come to add. Now, these lecture notes are for all the topics. That's why I'm putting them there. They are all for all the topics that I'll have in this course. So I come to file and then I come to, yes, I come to file. So here I'll say these are my lecture notes. And then I go down to where I need to put my lecture notes. I open my folder where all the stuff is, and my lecture notes are here. I just go down, drag until I get to the icon, it pops out, and then move to the place where I need to drop it. I drop it. I'm waiting for it to show me that PDF icon. And once it's done, then I can go down and save and display. Okay, so inside here, there are my lecture notes. So if my students click they can find my lecture notes. They are here. These are my lecture notes. Of course, they are first of all in PowerPoint, and then I just save them as PDF. So I go on, and these are my notes. So then go back. So that's about how to share lecture notes. Now, there are websites that will have good notes on the same topic. You know, in the world of computers, books, it's now that we have books, but before, I think when I started teaching computers, there were no textbooks. So we just had to rely on the internet. Okay, fine. So for me, my prescribed books are the internet. Please don't quote me anywhere. Okay, fine. So I come to this website. This website is quite handy. It has all the topics I need. If you check here, all this, all that. So so now I'll get the URL, the web address, copy it, and then come back to my lesson here, and then I'll say add activity or resource. So this is a resource, and then I use the URL here. And then here I should give it a good name. But before I do that, let me just share the URL. So then mostly what I do is I will like indicate that where you are going is a website. So because not everyone knows that this symbol means website. This one, this symbol here. They may not know. So I give a hint that this is a website or web. And then I also give the name of that website. And then I also indicate here I indicate the title of the page. And then here I indicate the name of the site. So basically, that's what I do, just to make sure that I'm inclusive for both those who are just very, very basic users and those who are advanced users. So let me just copy this the way it is, and then I'll paste it here as my title. So web, or I can say website, whichever way you want to say. Okay, if you want, you can say this is a website, and the name of the name of the content is Learn C++ programming, and the name of the site is out there. Okay, so if you check, this is the name of the page, and then the name of the website is up here. So basically, okay, then when I'm done with that, then I click save, and there it goes. So I've shared that which I need to share as resources. Then now, let me go to topic number 1. Topic number 1, or lesson number 1. You see, I've already said why I prefer calling them lessons, because a lesson should last within an hour or less. A topic will span over weeks, days and weeks. So I rename this part to topic. So my first topic is on installation. Or let me skip this part. Let me come to probably this one here. Understanding, did I write this understanding? Okay, yes. Understanding C++ structure. Okay, I'll get this one as my lesson, and then come here. I rename this one from topic to my lesson. Now, take note that, let me open this one. This one is the layout for each particular lesson. A lesson like this one, the one I've created, the lesson must have all this. This must fit into this lesson. And this must fit into the next lesson. So I should have the outcomes. If rationale is there, I can then introduction, if it's there, content and assessment. So basically, that's what you need to do. So check with what I did in this other one here. You can see that I wrote my outcomes, the outcomes, and then also gave instructions. Of course, I even forgot to write instructions there, that there should be instructions. Okay, so there should be instructions. Okay, so I'll get these instructions and outcomes and populate them where we are building our course. So now, where do I put those things that I just got? Like indicated area, we have this panel here, this whole panel here. So this whole panel is for this lesson 2. So, and then there is this word edit. So that's where I'll edit so that I put my outcomes and all. After I've put my outcomes, then down here, I'll begin to share the activities or resources. Okay, let's get moving. So I'll go to edit topic, and then I'll populate it here. It's up there, and then the instructions are down there. Now, how do I make this bold? The button is just here. And then if you need some more tools, there's this arrow at the far end here. You click on this show more buttons. It will give you a second line here where you can align and all. I think I'll talk about this one later on. Okay, fine. So then I save. So now you can see that my lesson, this lesson should be lesson 1. Okay, lesson 1. Okay, so my lesson 1 is understanding the structure, and then I've given specific outcomes. Now, you might be wondering why I've written here these outcomes. Of course, as academicians know, these here are general for the whole course. And then at a lesson level, just like we are encouraged to write lesson plans, and on those lesson plans, we indicate specific outcomes for that particular lesson, that particular 40 minutes or 2 periods. So, and then since the learners are not with me, I have also to include instructions. I'll first of all tell them what they're expected to do, or that what are they expected by the end of this lesson. They will demonstrate understanding of all this, and then they'll have to create a mini small Hello World program. And then I give instructions that, well, I want you to watch the video. Then you also create a Hello World. That would mean based on that video. So then how do I share that video? How to share the video, I think it's something that we already did. So let me just grab one video somewhere, if possible, on YouTube. And this video will be on programming C++. Okay, say for instance, Which video can I get here? Okay. Please, I always encourage people that it were better that you get a playlist. Okay, let me show you how to get a playlist. C++. If I just press enter, it will give me a lot of videos on C++. But if you want a playlist, meaning that somebody was lecturing video 1, maybe starts with introduction, then video 2, he goes into the beginning of it, video 3, then you type this word C++, then end it with the word playlist or tutorial or lecture or something like anything like that. So, but preferably you click on playlist. Let me go back first of all before. If you check, this is a single video, and this one is a single video, and this one is a single video. But the moment I type playlist, then they will become lists. So you can see just besides that there's a number. There's a number 73 here. The next one, 95. The next one, all that. So then you can go inside and check what is the person talking about. Okay, let me open this one. At times when you share these videos, they will first of all display some adverts, and also just keep it. And that's how YouTube makes money. Okay, so you can see from this title here that the first title this person is talking about installing CodeBro. Then number two is talking about understanding simple C++ program. So if this is a topic I want, then I have to get its URL. Okay, how do we get the URL? Click on this topic, on this video, and then you copy that line on top here. Get the whole line, copy it, and go back to your course. Okay. In your course here, then you can add it as a resource. Please kindly note that it's either you share a video or you share notes explaining, but you are dealing with somebody who is alone. Just reading text, just text alone, it might not really help. So it's better that you blend in some text and then some video that will really explain the whole concept as it would have been explained in a very real classroom. So that's why you are saying that I'm sharing a video. Okay, fine. Okay, so let me share this video. I'll use URL. Now, there are two ways you can share a video. It's either you use, you share it as a URL, this one, URL, or you share it as a label. Now, what are the differences in the two? This URL will take you to the website, but this one, you play it inside the Moodle. Now, you saw that when it took me to the website, it started by playing the adverts, which means the moment I go to the website, if there are adverts that are overlaying that particular video, it will first of all play the advert. And also when it takes me there, it will even show a lot of other videos and listing a lot of other videos. So a student may begin to stray out there and then begin to just play many other videos. But if you want to restrict that particular student or pupil, then you would better share it as a label. Okay, let's just go into it and see the difference. Okay, let's start with the URL. Okay. I open here. Okay, then I'm sharing this one as a website, and I've already told you, okay, web. I've already told you why I need to do it like that. And then the link, the external link, I put it here. So here I should do state the material that is being taught. Of course, I'm trying to teach something on C++ structure. So if that video resonates well with this, then I name it like that, and then I share the video. Now I want you to see what will happen. So the moment I click, it goes direct to the site, and you can see that it opens the site the way it is. So it has all these, and this can bring some distraction to the student. Student might begin to watch all this. But if you don't want that it goes to the site, but instead it plays that video right inside Moodle, then you share it as a label. But there are advantages and disadvantages for both approaches. Now here the advantage is that you can see the space that has been used, so slim. It's slim, it's just taking small space like this. And if you have another one, it also just take a small space like that. But if you are going to share them as label, it will take a big space. Let me just show you what I mean from this lesson here. I shared this one as a label, and you can see just one single video taking all that space. And if I'm sharing another video, it will also require another big space under the same topic. So there are a bit of some disadvantage to this because of big space, but advantage is that it plays inside here without going to the website. So let's just try it out and see how it comes out. Okay. The video, the URL, I get the URL. I get the URL here, and then go back here, and then, okay, this same video, I want to just populate another one, okay, as a label. Okay, when you open as a label, please take note where you should do. Click this button here. This one, please don't make a mistake. This button here. So this one, click for video. And then also when you are here, make no mistake, choose this tab here, not the first one. And actually, mostly when it opens, it's just on link. Please make sure you select the next one, not the first one. So I'll select video, and then I paste that video, and then I'll say insert. Okay, the moment I insert, I go down and click save and return. Okay, the same video, this video and this video, they have been shared differently. This one up there, this one down here, same video. So the beauty about it, it will play right inside here. So I just have to click on this play button, and then it will play right inside here. You can see that all those other things that were there, they are not there. And somebody who wants to maximize and see it in a full screen, you go down to the corner down here in this corner. Let me circle it right down here in this corner. So if you go ahead and build and run this, you see that it just says hello world. This corner here, this button, once you click on that button, then it takes full screen like this. Okay. And then to reduce it, you go back in the corner, you click, it goes back. So now, so therefore, when you share it as a label, it is shared rather the video is displayed inside Moodle. But if you share it as a URL, as a link, this one will take you to YouTube. So I'm clicking, it has taken me to YouTube. And then you already see that it has started with an advert. So you skip that advert, and then the lesson begins. And then there is also these distractions and all. So yeah, so it's up to you to choose. It's up to you to choose, but you must also be alive to the fact that if you share as a label, labels will take a very big space. Like you can observe, this one is only taking this small space, but this one is taking all that space. Okay, so those are the two differences. Okay, then remember that the the lesson outcome should have outcomes and introduction, if you have some introduction, and then you also have to give instructions, because this learner is alone. And then after that, you give the content. The content is what I'm sharing, and the tools that you use for sharing the content. So I'm sharing the content here. And the tools that I'm using to share the content is this one here. So please, this one is for sharing the content. The content can be a PDF file. Content can be a video. Content can be a website. Content can be anything, as long as it brings learning. So content must be shared here. After you have shared the content, okay, I want to make a clear something here. I saw in some courses that people were sharing the whole content in the description down here. No. Please don't do that. Don't. Share the content after you have written all this stuff in this panel on top. Then the space below should be used for sharing the content. This one should be used for outcomes, instructions, introduction, if there is introduction on top, and all. Just leave it, stick to that. And then after that, down here, that's where you share your content for this lesson. Okay. Then after that, I've shared this one. Let me delete this one since I don't need it this way. Delete. After I have shared a video content, if I want to share text content, which is on the same thing, then I can share it. I can share either a web address, or I can share my actual notes that are just on this particular topic. Please, not on the whole course, but on this particular topic, individual topic. Okay. Say for instance, okay, let me come. I'll talk about what I was about to say in the next one. Okay, then after you have done this, then you can then assess learning by providing an activity. It can be an assignment or a quiz. So you always have to indicate that this is a quiz, and that this quiz is based on understanding C++. It must be based on that. So then saved, and there's already a video that explains how to create a video. A quiz. So what I've just done here is like, I have created a plain paper, and on this plain paper, then inside I will need to put a quiz. So if I click here, you find that it's asking me, okay, edit quiz. So which means when I begin to edit quiz, then I'm putting questions on this plain paper, which I named the quiz understanding C++ structure. Okay, I go back. Okay, now the next one, probably the last that I'll be doing, let me look at a topic on variables. Variables. Okay, I take this lesson number 3, and I rename it. I rename this one, and then I need to put the outcomes for this particular lesson. I'll get them. I'll copy them, the outcomes, instructions, and I come to edit topic. Please make sure here you are just using it for introduction, and then outcomes and instructions. Those 3 things: introduction, outcome. Not 3 things, there should be 4. Introduction, which can also embed some rationale, and then outcomes, and then instructions. So basically, those are the only things you put here. Don't put the whole notes. No, don't. I've seen some lessons where all the notes are put there. Like for instance, okay, let me see here. There's this topic on variables. Okay, I get it, like the way it is here. Okay, and then you go and populate the whole of it here. I think it might just look quite congested. Your course will just look congested in some way. Come to think of it, each one has all this, each one has all this. That's why even labels I discourage, because the lesson will look too congested. So it will be better you did it. I believe it will be slightly different. Okay, so don't do this. Don't do this. Instead, you just maybe, since this one I got it from a website, and in fact this is like plagiarism, so instead I just have to point my students to that particular website by sharing the URL. Okay, so let me re-edit this part and bring in the correct way of doing stuff. I'll rename this one, I remove this one and paste the appropriate one, and then save. Okay, then after saving, below here, that's where we need to begin to point to resources that are online, or you have a file that you already created and you need to share it. Then you drag and drop it and share it here under variables. Okay, fine. So let me point to a website. You know, this website Programs. Like I said, it's a good one, and it already has all these things that I want to teach. If I'm teaching about variables, then I can point. So I click and open this website, and this website, I mean, this page, remember that this page is, I mean, this website is under my prescribed. Remember, prescribed. It is one of my prescribed reading materials. It's here, prescribed reading material. So when you open that website, this learning programming, and then you can see that it has individual topics. There's topic on this one, topic on this one, topic on this one. So I want to point my student to this topic. So I first of all open it. So don't share this one as it is. No, share the link that takes them direct to the material that they should read on that, from that particular prescribed website. So from my prescribed website, I want them to learn variables. So I'll get the URL for variables and share it under the topic I'm teaching on variables. So share it here. I put the link there, and then I'll say it's a web resource, and then I'll name it as variables. So then I click save and return. So it is there. So the moment they open this, it takes them direct to a place which talks about variables under my prescribed web resource. So if it is data types, then first of all, click data types, and then the title comes up there. And then you copy that URL and populate it under the topic, not under this topic, current topic. The current topic is only, the current topic is on, okay. Yeah, my current topic is on variables up here. So what I've shared here, it's about variables. So my next topic, if it's data type, that's where I'll put that resource. So then if I need a video, then I can also share a video under this same topic, a video under this topic. If I'm sharing some few other things, then I can share. If it's assessment, then you share assessment here. How do you share these resources and assessment? We use this. So therefore, I hope this has cleared the misconception that I found in some of the courses that were created. Please, the outcomes should be put, the outcomes, rationale, introduction, instructions should be put up here, not the notes. And then after that, you have these other two must come down here. And how do you share these other two? By using the button, appropriate button, which shares the resources and the activities, this one. So let's take note of that. Now, there's something that I wanted to explain about a certain button. Say, for instance, those people who are in mathematics, you want to share some few mathematics. I want to just demonstrate how to go about that process. Say, for instance, you want to share an assignment, mathematicians, please. And this assignment maybe should use some certain formulas. Example, the quadratic formula. So how do you write the quadratic formula in Moodle? Okay, I'm going to use assignment. And then here, maybe I'll say that it's a quadratic something, and quadratic something that you will be doing. Okay, then you tell them solve the following using the quadratic formula. Using the quadratic formula below. So now, how do we write that quadratic formula? Mathematicians, this will benefit you, mathematicians, as well as any other scientists. So now, how do we go about that one? You expand here, and then go to an icon which looks like a calculator, this one. Okay. When you get there, click on it. So then it gives you all these. Now, if you just want to use operators, then you remain on this tab. If you want to write some arrows, here is it. Greek symbols here. But the one we're interested in is the last one here. Advanced. Okay. So let's begin to type the quadratic formula. So first of all, I'll type x is equal to, and we know that that quadratic formula should be like x equal to, and then we have the whole big fraction, and then we have some stuff on top, minus b, plus or minus, and then we have this stuff, b to the power 2 minus 4ac, 4ac over 2a. So which means the first thing we must have is this fraction. That is the first thing we must have. Okay, so how do we go about creating that fraction? Just immediately after this, we go to this part here, and then we go to advanced, and then here is a fraction. So you can check here, there are a lot of stuff here, some of them for matrix, and all. So we first of all bring in a fraction. So after bringing in a fraction, just know that this means that this a is on top, then this bc is the denominator. So take note of that. So the top part, okay, let's finish up the bottom part. The bottom part is 2a, so 2a. That is our 2a. And then you can even check down here, down there, you can see the preview here. There's even a word saying quadratic equation preview. So basically, so 2a is done. So we go on top, we click inside where there is a. There are two braces. So we go inside here where there is a. What do we need first to type? We type minus b. And we can see in the preview, minus b is populated. Then the next thing we need is the plus, the minus or something. We come to where there are these symbols. I pick, it is here. And then it should show here as a preview very soon. Okay. Then I move on back this side. Here, here, this is plus or minus. So it has shown, it's there. So we continue, plus or minus. Then we need the square root. So we can even use this one here. Yes. Okay. And then you see there's an a on top. We don't need it. So we can remove this a here. Delete it. Okay. It has been deleted. And now I can then work with what should be down here. What should be down here? The first one is a b to the power 2. So under my advanced tools here, I have, where is b to the power 2? B to the power 2. Okay. Okay, to write b to the power 2, we just use the caret, like the way it is on a calculator, and then you can see it's there. So b to the power 2 minus 4a 4AC. 4AC is already there. So we can see that we have created this stuff here, and then I can say save equation. So it will look like this, don't worry. But the moment you now save down here, save and return, you should see when students open this, they should see that equation there. They should see it. So basically, I thought I should also explain this part so that we can take full advantage of Moodle. Okay, thank you for now. Let me end here, but I'll be shooting some more videos that will explain some few other things here and there. Thank you for now.